So we're now going to start by taking our logo and navigation and pulling them down into this column, and then also taking our user menu and pulling it down into the bottom of this column as well. So you can see on Twitter, you've got the logo, and then as you hover over these, there's like a background pill kind of style, and then the user menu is down here. So we will take these in our application layout and start just pulling them down into the bottom here. So we'll go to our application, and we can see we've got our left column area here, and so we can go up and basically grab our logo, then paste that in here, and then we can go and get our navigation links, and put those directly below our logo here. And let's just see how this looks. So these need to be flex column, so they sit on top of each other. So we can go to this, and we don't need a margin left. We probably need a margin top. Actually, let's just get rid of that, and hidden as well. So we can say space Y of 4 to give a bit of space between them. And then we can also then just treat this link as a navigation link too, and put it above the others. So then with these, we have text gray 200. We actually want probably text gray 600, and then hover, we'll want text gray 800, let's say. And also where it has font text base, we want like text XL, I think, to reload here. So those look a bit better. And we just need to go in and say then that this is flex, and it's flex call for column. And then we can say items start and reload. So that looks a bit better. And then we want some padding on these links. So we want to be able to say that there is maybe padding. Let's just try padding 2. And then we'll also say hover is BG gray of 100, and rounded is full. So we'll try this out, and that looks okay. I think we need a wee bit more on those, so we will do padding of 2 top and bottom, and then padding X of 3, maybe 3.5. That kind of looks okay. And then we'll just need to do the same thing on our logo, although we'll maybe just do that with a margin left of 3.5 instead, just to line it up. So I think that looks okay. It looks similar enough to Twitter. Obviously there's icons here. So now we'll move our user menu down to the bottom here. So we can go back into our application, and we can take this code here. So we'll just get rid of this header now. And then we will add this at the bottom. So we'll add a new div here, and we can basically say that it is a flex auto, and it's flex itself, flex column, and we can say that it justifies the content to the end, so it lands to the very bottom. And then we'll paste in our existing code here. So at the moment this is not going to the bottom, so we need to check. So we've got our flex call here, so this isn't taking up the full height, so we've got a height full here, and this isn't using it. So I think what we need to do here is Also take these, put them onto this outer container, and just delete this div. Get rid of a div is always good. And now reload, and our user menu is now at the bottom of this column. And the only problem is that when we click on it, it's opening to the bottom and also out to the left. So we want it to actually be coming from the left and also at the top of this menu. So we can go in and make those adjustments in our user drop-down partial. And the other thing, just to match Twitter and line things up neatly, I think we want to put our avatar on the left-hand side as well. So we'll go into our user drop-down and we can just have a look at the code here. So we've got absolute and we've got top fill. And so we actually want it to be bottom fill and right 0. We actually want it to be left 0. So if we reload this and click, that's now actually working quite well. And I think all we want is just a little bit of gap at the top. So we can probably, we've got margin top of 2. I think what we actually want there is margin bottom of 2. And that just gives us a wee bit of breathing room there and lines everything up nicely. So that's fine. And then we just want to move the avatar to the left hand side as well. So we've got our username here and our avatar here. So we'll swap those around and we'll change that to be a margin left here as well. And I think 2.5 matches what we've got in other places. So that now lines up quite nicely. I think we might need a wee bit more padding. So yeah, just to line those up nicely, we want to do the same padding that we've got on these and just add that in there. So inside this button then, so we've got margin left of 3 on here, and actually what we want is to copy our nav links. So those have this padding and margin and this background hover. So we'll copy that, paste that in here and reload. And that looks okay. We just need our rounded then. So, and we probably want this on the button. So let's just take this and put it on our button itself. And then we'll also do rounded fill. And so that now matches these other links as well. And we can click on that. And then we just need to update this text in the button. So we have text gray 400. Probably want that to be maybe 800 to stand out a bit more. And I think that is looking pretty good. And so the final thing I just want to look at here is getting this height to work properly. So we want this to be the full height of the screen, and then obviously as you scroll, only the middle section scrolls. So we'll go back to our application, and I think what we need to do here is add a class to the HTML tag of height full, and then the same thing, copy that across to body. And then if we reload, that's still not going to the full height. We'll just take a look at this. So the body tag seems to be full height. Then this div isn't quite working. And so we need to go here, and I think we need to say, is it height full, maybe min height screen. Reload. Now that seems to be taking up the full height of the screen.